Hello, and I think we are live. Hello everybody, and welcome to this special edition of Bitcoin Rally. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what we're doing here. Just give it a few minutes for people to watch the stream or people to get ready if they're taking part in the tournament. But for those who are new, Bitcoin Rally is it's Mario Kart, but with Bitcoin. Very simple. I actually developed this game as part of MintGox, and if you don't know, MintGox is a monthly online esports event. So I'll just talk about that for a little bit while we wait for people to get ready. But I work for a company called Zebedee, and we make kind of tools for game developers to add Lightning and Bitcoin into their games. And we developed a bunch of sample games, and we were eager to test these games out at the various conferences that were planned. However, as everybody knows, all the conferences got cancelled due to COVID. So we quickly, partnering up with a few other members, such as Desiree from Lightning Labs, Jack from Thunder Games, we decided to create a kind of an online esports conference. The idea being that obviously online it can't be cancelled, and that anybody from around the world can just hop online and play some Bitcoin games and earn some Bitcoin with the Lightning Network. So this is one of the games we have been developing. It's not fully complete yet. It's still very much a work in progress, as we kind of had to develop this last minute, but we kind of found that making a fun Mario Kart style game was a great way to let a number of people play. They can play from different continents, if they're in America or Japan or Europe, and it's a good way to show how Lightning can be integrated into gaming. So for people who have played Mario Kart, you'll be aware that as you drive around the track, you can collect Mario coins, and of course these coins don't have any value. But with Bitcoin Rally, these coins are worth about 10 cents. So these coins can be used inside the game, and I'll explain that a bit later. But also at the end of the game, you can withdraw any coins you still have. That's kind of one example use case that is easy to show how you can add Lightning into your gaming. Seems like we've got a few people who are wanting to join. So I haven't made the game yet, so I'll be making the game in a little bit. But if you go to you'll need to go to online tournament and join tourney, and then go to the Europe server. I'll just give it a few more minutes, and I'll do that in a second. But I'll let you know when that is ready to join. Just before I start, so today is actually, it's not a MintGox. The next MintGox is on October the 25th. But we're actually doing a kind of special, small kind of tournament to showcase the Magical Crypto Conference. So not this one, this one. So the Magical Crypto Conference is a VR conference that I believe it's happening in 16 hours. And they've kindly donated some tickets to give away. So we've given away a few, but during this tournament, first and second place will both receive tickets to this event. So it's going to be a fun event. I will be speaking on a panel there about Lightning Gaming. But if you manage to finish first or second in the tournament, I will run in a bit, you'll get a ticket. If you don't finish first or second, you can buy a ticket here. I think they're only $15. And you'll also, of course, if you have your Lightning wallet ready, you'll be able to withdraw any Satoshis you've collected in the game. So that's why we're doing it. So thanks to Charlie Lee, Samson Ma, Whale Panda, and Fluffy Pony, as we did a special race yesterday where they raced it themselves. They've kindly allowed us to use their avatars, their magical crypto characters in this game. So a little bit of a collaboration there. So we thought we'd give back and just show them some love. So definitely check out that conference. Look at the speaker lineup, is pretty impressive. I think it's actually quite impressive. There's no excuse for speakers not to join this because it's so easy to join. They don't have to fly to, New York or somewhere like that. And as an attendee, I think if you wanted to join the physical Magical Crypto Conference, you'd have to take some time off work and fly to New York. But this one, it's in VR, but you don't need a headset. You just simply need to get a ticket, $15, and then head to this website, and that'll let you into their virtual world. Yeah. I just want to talk a little bit about MintGox. So MintGox is, as I mentioned before, it's a monthly online Bitcoin esports event. The next one will be on October 25th. We'll be announcing details very shortly, but make sure to follow mintgox.com. And it's really fun. There is a VR component to it, so if you have a VR headset, you can jump into the MintGox VR world. Might have some photos of our VR world. If I scroll down a bit, well, we have a lot of activity. It'll be some, yeah, so here's some examples of the VR world. So we actually have a virtual Apollo feed in there, and we have some other fun things. Yeah, so we've got like a little MintGox Asia. We did an Asian special I think it was last Sunday, and yeah, it's just a cool place to hang out. We've got like a VR art museum, but if you don't have a VR headset, or if you don't like VR headset, MintGox, you can experience it just from a web browser. So not how most people enjoy MintGox is they go to mintgox.com, which you can actually do at the moment. You may be watching the stream at mintgox.com, and on the day of the event we have a bunch of kind of browser games that you can play, and whilst you play the browser games, you'll be also able to watch a live stream of the esports competitions we have. So some competitions will be Bitcoin Rally, some will be Bitcoin Bounty Hunt. Hopefully we'll get games like Light Night there, so you'll be able to play games, earn some sats, watch Bitcoin online esports events, and even interact with some of the esports competitions. We have this feature that lets you, as the audience member, drop some power-ups into the games by paying Satoshi. So that's definitely going to be a lot of fun. Make sure to check that out. So I'm just going to make the tournament now. Let me close this window. And for people who are watching the stream, on the mintgox.com website, you will see a little box that will appear on the right, which will say something like purchase a power up. When the race starts, that will appear, and you'll be able to enter your username and also pay 250 sats to drop a power up for the racers to collect. Anyway, without further ado, I'm just going to make a game. So let's make a tournament, and this is going to be first come, first serve. So there'll be 12 people maximum who will be able to join. So let me host a tournament. I'll just continue this mandel look, go to the Europe server. Yep, so you have to go to the Europe server to see this tournament. And you see VR1, like that. And 13, I'll host as a spectator. Okay, so people who have the game loaded, you need to go to join tourney, and in the Europe server you should see the game there and you'll be able to join it. So let's give it a while. Okay, hey Good Core, thank you for joining. And Good Core was on the stream yesterday. Who else have we got? Rems Jack, nice to see you. Raphael Pack, great. So we got a few people playing, great. Oh, great. This is going to be quite a fun match. Give it a few more minutes. So there's actually a mini game in here that people can do. They can try and push each other off, like almost like a sumo wrestling ring. So I think I might update the game to add some points to this. Yeah. So this is a game that I've developed with Zebedee. I think we've got Andre dropped in. And so Zebedee, we're not a game studio. We kind of took the decision very early on that we would prefer to work with professional studios who really know how to make great games and work with them to add lightning to their games. However, we wanted to make some kind of fun, simple sample games. And because we're not making these games for profit, we're not trying to monetize these games, it would really allow us to kind of experiment with new features. You know, something that a large studio who's very dependent on revenue would not be willing to do. They might not want to experiment with fringe new features with Bitcoin. So that's why that's my job at Zebedee is to make these games. So this is a very simple experimentation. As I mentioned before, the kind of two main features is you can race around the track and collect coins. And as you collect coins, those coins, as a racer, each coin is worth about 10 sats, and those coins you can throw at other players to kind of knock them and slow them down. Or you can kind of collect them, and at the end of the game you can withdraw them. So that's a very kind of simple way to kind of show how you can use Bitcoin in gaming. And the other feature we're experimenting is with this audience participation. So as people who are watching the stream on the mintgox.com, you'll be able to kind of scan a QR code that will let you drop, it'll let you pay 250 sats, and you'll be able to drop a power up into the game. So that's another one. So we really want to try and kind of expand on these kind of features going forward. So for example, we have the idea of the audience sending Bitcoin into the game, but we also want to experiment with the ability of the game to kind of send Bitcoin to the audience. So for example, a player might race around and you might get a special reward the audience power up, and then people who are watching could get like 100 sats each, something like that. But if you have any ideas, make sure to let us know on Twitter. We definitely want to experiment with interesting features. Okay, looks like we've got 5 people today. I think we had about 12 people yesterday, so it's a bit quieter today, but it's all good. Okay, so I'm going to give it a couple more minutes and then we shall start. Whilst we're waiting, I'll just talk a little bit about some of the other games we have coming up for MintGox. So at the moment, Bitcoin Rally is our main game, but we're also good friends with Bitcoin Bounty Hunt and the Light Night people. So if you don't know, Bitcoin Bounty Hunt is like a first-person shooter style game. It's very well made, and the idea is that you, like a Call of Duty or CSGO, you can hunt each other for sats. And I believe they also have, I think sponsors can also drop kind of sat boxes in the game, so you can collect these loot boxes that give you sat. So hopefully we'll bring that to MintGox soon. We also have Light Night, and we are looking forward to having them with the MintGox. So that's basically Fortnite with Bitcoin. So that's definitely going to be fun. And I'm also working on a few other games that I don't want to say too much for now, but they'll be AAA quality. That's all I can say. And one game will be AAA quality 15 or 20 years ago, but it's going to be fun. So I'm really looking forward to announcing that. But we have plenty of more kind of games in action coming in the future. Okay, I'm just going to check the messages on Discord and Twitter, make sure no one's got any issues joining, and if we're all good, I'm going to kick off and start the tournament. Yeah, I think we're all good. For people who don't make it, you can join the next MintGox tournament on October 25th. But I'll also be doing like some mini testing tournaments, so make sure to follow us on Twitter to know when to play that. Cool. Okay, let's get started. So I'm just going to activate the power up. So people watching online, you should see in the top right corner there'll be a click here to drop power up option. So if you do that, a power up will be dropped for the people to collect. So I'm just actually going to try that. I'm going to enter my name as Mandelduck. I'm going to just get my Lightning wallet out. Give these guys a power up. Great, so as you can see there, Mandelduck from the audience dropped a power up. So hopefully that'll help somebody going forward. Oh, Dr. John, got another one from Dr. John. I think someone's going to pick that up soon. I can see Raphael Pat just missed it. That's the thing with power ups. So if you go out your way to collect a power up, you might slow yourself down because obviously in racing games, racing lines are very important. So getting coins and power-ups might not be the best choice. Okay, we'll have a look who's in the lead. So FDKB is in the lead with the Fluffy Pony cart. That's cool. This cart isn't actually that fast. Well, you got overtaken. Anyway, it's not the fastest cart. It's not the slowest either. It's quite a good all-round cart. So hopefully he can sustain a stable ability. Okay, but Raphael Pack is on the motorbike. The motorbike is quite difficult to control, but it is by far the fastest. Oh, we got a power up from Yeet. Thank you, Yeet. Hopefully these guys will pick it up. So this track is pretty simple actually. I kind of think this track's a little bit boring, to be honest. It's the idea is the first track is very simple for people just to kind of play and get their head around. As we progress, the tracks get more difficult where you can get stuck and the final track is set in space, so you can kind of fall off and kind of fly into outer space if you're not careful. Okay, the scores. So Remsjack is third and Goodcore is fourth. Cool. So you can see in the right we have some kind of a little notification that says what's going on. So FJ Kiwi just zapped everybody with a bolt. So there's a power up where if you get it and you can zap everybody and make them small. It's like a lightning bolt. So that's quite good. So that's what he did to everybody. However, if you're first place and you get that, it actually makes you small. So you can see that Raphael Pack, he kind of made himself small and now he's been overtaken by FDKB. That's kind of like the idea there is that, you know, first place has a disadvantage. Yeah, so we're going to add some more power-ups, and I'm working on the famous power-up in Mario Kart where you have the shell, and if you throw it, it only hits first place. Because at the moment, first place, you know, they have a few disadvantages, but it's not random enough. So we're going to hopefully bring that power-up to the next MintGox. If you have any ideas for power-ups, let us know. As I've hosted quite a few of these, one power-up I'm interested in adding is to give myself, as the host, kind of God mode abilities. I really want to experiment with people from chatting with the audience in the chat. So I might say, hey, what should I do? Should I make a hurricane? And maybe people on the chat, maybe they vote with Bitcoin or something, and if it gets approved, oh great, so Raphael finished first, FJ Kiwi finished second, great. Yeah, going back, so then I'll be able to kind of, you know, release a plague of all sorts of catastrophes on them based on what the audience says. So that's something I kind of want to bring in. Okay, so Remsjack, wow, quite a little bit far behind. So it's Raphael Pack and FJ Kiwi were quite well in the lead. And I think, Andre Nevis must have dropped off. He must have had an internet connection issue. It's a shame. We've only got 4 players. It's all good. Okay, and Goodcore coming in fourth. Okay, so still lots to play for. We actually have 3 more tracks going forward. And yeah, I think everyone's finished now, so let's move on to the next track. Okay, so first is Raphael Pack, second is FJ Kiwi, third is Remsjack. All still to play for. The later tracks actually give you more points for coming first, so it's happened quite often that the person who isn't doing too well in the first game manages to win ultimately. So let's go to the next race. The next track is the village scene. I quite like this track. This is actually the first track we did. I like it because I don't know, it's kind of, you feel you're going quite fast because of all the fences flying past. Okay, let's see if we can get some more power-ups dropped by people. Remember folks, you should be able to drop a power-up in the right hand corner. Let's start this game. Here we go. I'm gonna give the guys a power-up. Okay, there you go. One from Mandelduck. And Raphael Pack got my power up. Hope that helps him out. Yeah, I think we might get a lot bigger audience stream if they can actually earn power ups, earn Satoshis by power ups. That's something I kind of want to do, is maybe have a kind of reward the user power up. There's kind of the power up might be in an awkward position, but if a player gets it, then the audience would probably like them more. So I think that'll be an interesting dynamic. Okay, Poochie. Thank you, Poochie. Dropped a power up. Okay, but FJ Kiwi is first, and Raphael Pack is third, even though he got my power up. Oh, he's second. Yeah, the bike is not too good on this track, but the bike doesn't have very good turning, and this track has a lot of turns. But if you're able to master the turning, then you can really compensate for that. And the bike is really, really fast. It has quite good acceleration, so it's possible. It's possible to win with all the cards. I've managed to win some. Oh, thank you, Yeet. Very generous of you. Yeah, I've managed to win some of these with the slowest cart. So your skill is a factor. And also, you have to be quite skillful with the power-ups. And it's always good to save some coins that you can use to fire at other people. Okay. Great. But FTQB is first, doing quite well. I forgot to talk about the different characters we actually have in this. We have the Magical Crypto Friends. We also have the Bitcoin Roller Coaster cart, which is one of my favorite carts to play as. But we're going to add more characters to this game. So obviously we'd love to add kind of characters from the Bitcoin ethos, from the Bitcoin world. So if you have any characters you'd like to see in the game, do let us know. I'd quite like to have Dorian Nakamoto. I need to ask him permission first. Okay. So I think FTQB has got this in the bag. I think he's on his final lap, I believe, and he's got quite a healthy lead. I think we can probably say that FTQB and Raphael Pack are going to get the tickets today. Who knows? Oh, got another power up from Fox2P. Thank you, Fox2P, and a Poochie again. So these guys can make use of them. I need to make the power ups a bit bigger to get, I think. Quite easily, you can quite easily miss them. Oh, Raphael Pack is overtaken. But yeah, you can see him slowing down when he's trying to do the corners. But FDKB has shrunken him, so he's got a bit of an advantage because shrinking does make them slower. So I think we might see, yeah, FDKB is overtaken, and now he is in the lead again. We can just keep the good pace. He's hasn't got long until the finish line. But Raphael Pack can really hit him with a coin here, or build up some speed on these ramps. But can he pull it off? It's quite close, I think. And if Raphael Pack if he gets a power up, it could really help him out. Okay, and I think FJKB is finished first. Well done. And Raphael Pack coming in second. And Rems Jack coming in third in a little bit. And Good Core isn't doing too well, but maybe he hasn't played as much as the other players. A lot of these players, they've played quite a bit on the previous MintGoxes, so they're kind of veteran Bitcoin Rally racers. But let's give a little bit of time for Good Core to finish. Hopefully, you know, even if you come last, as long as you collect some coins, you don't leave empty-handed. You can withdraw. You can't do that in Mario Kart. Mario Kart or Nintendo, if you are listening and you would like to add Satoshis into your game, do get in touch. Okay, Yeet dropped a power up from the audience again. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone's going to pick it up, Yeet, because they're going to go to the finish line. But it's all good. So when you drop a power up, all those funds go into the game's wallet, and we use those funds for future games. So in the next game, the coins that you kind of drop in the power up go towards players collecting them. So it all kind of stays in the Bitcoin Rally economy. So it doesn't go to waste. Great, okay, so let's go on to the third track. The third track is a track I'm still working on. It has a few issues, but it's quite fun, and it's the most difficult track, I think. Let's head over onto that. Okay, wow, so FDKB and Raphael Pack are tied for first place, both with 11 points. Okay. Just have to wait a little bit for the game to start. It's just waiting for all the players to get ready with the connection. But I think Andre Nevis dropped off, so he's kind of waiting for him, but I'll have to just force start the game. There we go. Cool. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think as the audience. So obviously the main events are MintGoxes, where we have I think we have 20 to 30 players playing, maybe even more. And it's quite chaotic. But I quite like the idea of doing these kind of mini events in between MintGoxes, because MintGoxes are once a month. but maybe it's quite fun to host these kind of smaller events. It helps me test new features. I think it's quite fun because we can probably get together kind of Bitcoin celebrities. So we actually had the Magical Crypto Friends playing, which was great of them. Whale Panda 1, did not see that coming. Thank you, Jan, for the power up. You dropped 2 power ups, so people missed them. No worries, hopefully they can get it next time. Yeah, so let us know who you would like to play, and probably bug them on Twitter and tag MintGox. We'd love to do more tournaments. I'd quite like to do a match with the BTC Pay gang, because we actually have a BTC Pay cart, so it'd be quite fun to do a match with them in future. If there's anybody else you'd like to see. Okay, and Rems Jack is entered underwater. I need to add some fish into this water and add a few surprises. Good. Okay. Thank you guys for the power-ups, very generous. But who's in the lead? Okay, Raphael Pack is in the lead, but kind of crisscrossing with FDKP. Yeah, but that bike is just so damn fast. Maybe I should slow the bike down a bit. I think it can be a little bit unfair. But having said that, in the last tournaments, people have not won with the bike. They've won with a few other different carts. I think Raphael Pack has just mastered the bike. Let's see if we can get some power-ups, might help randomize this a bit. Thank you, Dr. John. So we actually see, if you look at the min-map, we actually have, these are the power-ups here. So we have quite a few power-ups on the final lap. So there's 2 laps, so the next lap will be the final lap. So hopefully that should make things a bit more random. Oh wow, Dr. John's been quite generous. Okay, Raphael Pack got powered up by Jan Rothan, who's also a veteran Bitcoin Rally racer. Okay, so can those power-ups help randomize it a bit? Rems Jack fell off twice. Kind of funny. Okay. But I think, yeah, FDKP has taken over the lead. Oh, but that bike is just so fast. Yeah, bit unfair advantage. And the next track, the Rainbow Road track, which is the final track after this, the bike is probably, I think, the fastest one for that. So I think Raphael Pack might have this in the bag, but I do know he has been practicing a lot. So it might not be the bike. He has been practicing quite a lot because he's been reporting bugs to me. It's all good. I think bugs make games a little bit more fun. I think bugs in Bitcoin games are good. Bugs in Bitcoin wallets, not so fun. But in games, I think, you know, it's quite nice trying to find bugs. Can you get the power up? Yeah, and FJKB got a power up from Jan Rothan. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And he managed to shrink the other players. So hopefully he can overtake Raphael Pack. But yeah, you can see him, maybe he can hit with the coin. Oh, and he's overtaken him. Well done. So FJKB, can he finish first? Got the power up from Dr. John. Still pretty tight. And now he's got a disadvantage being first. He should get worse power-ups, which can slow him down a bit. So, yeah. Like Mario Kart, you don't want to be first until right at the end. Because if you get first kind of in the middle, you're kind of targeted. But you want to just get first. You want to be second, and right at the end, just pull first. So there's no time for anybody else to disrupt you. Oh, I think he might be overtaken here. I think the bike is gaining on him. But not long left. Maybe he can pull it off. Just needs to. I think Raphael Pack is trying to hit him with some coins. But there's quite a little bit of vertical incline here. He might miss it. Yeah, and I think, oh, he got hit by a coin last minute. Okay, unlucky. Wow, that was good playing by Raphael Pack. He timed that well. He let him be first. He didn't overtake him, as I said. You want to stay second. Then right at the last minute, you want to hit him with a coin, and then just overtake them. And by the time you've overtaken them, because it's right at the end, they don't have any time to hit you back with a coin. So that was a very good game by Raphael Pack. I enjoyed that one. And who have we got? Rems Jack and Goodcore kind of almost tying for 3rd or 4th place. So even if they don't win, hopefully they'll get some good practice in for the next MintGox. Where the next MintGox, we're going to hopefully improve this game a little bit, have a few more power-ups, maybe have a different track, make the performance a little bit better. But this game, we've kind of been developing it in production, kind of rushing it out each month. But each MintGox it gets a little bit better. Awesome. So let's go on to the 4th and final track, which is a Rainbow Road. Sorry, not Rainbow Road. I don't know if Nintendo have copyrighted Rainbow Road, but if they have, it's called not Rainbow Road. Start the next race. Okay, Raphael Pack is in the lead. However, if FDKB wins the next one, I think he can still get 1st place. But I think Raphael Pack might get it because the bike is quite good on Rainbow Road because it has lots of long, straight kind of roads. Okay, just gonna check Twitter, check Discord, read the comments, we're all good. Let's move on to the final track. And I need to change to, there we go, quad view. Okay, I need to wait a while for the game to start. Remember, if you want to drop some power-ups, now is the event to drop them. This is the deciding event, so the more power-ups you drop, the more it can sway in random players' favours. Okay. 1 and go. So I'm going to drop a power-up, put my money where my mouth is. Okay. So I know that scanning QR codes is a bit annoying. I'm kind of having to scan with my phone. So at Zebedee, we're actually working on a gaming Lightning wallet, and hopefully eventually we can add this kind of streaming payments features into it, because generally with gaming you don't want to have to scan a QR code. It's kind of a bit annoying, but if with the wallet we hopefully will want people just to be able just to kind of tap, and as they tap it's just dropping power-ups, paying Bitcoin. That's something we're targeting on. And also because you won't have to scan, you'll be able to kind of use your wallet inside VR, for example. You'll be able to link the wallet with a VR game and then play a VR game, and then as you're just playing in VR, the wallet is talking to the game behind the scenes and kind of just streaming Bitcoin. That's what we'd love to do, and that's definitely something we're working on. Yeah, so we can see Good Call at the top. He's pulled into Bit Refill Station, so he's actually got 10 sats now. It's not indicated on this mode, but he's actually got 10 sats from Bit Refill. So I must say thanks to BitRefill, they're an ongoing sponsor of these events, and they supply a lot of the coins that go into the games. Sorry. I need to scan another QR code. Some more power-ups, I think. Another one from Mandelduck. Go. Okay. And a few more power-ups from the audience. Thank you, guys. And who's in? Okay, FJKB's in the first. So he starts off well. But I think Raphael Podcast's strategy of just last minute he can clinch it. FJKB is, there we go, on the final length of the first track. But that bike is just too fast. You can see that these long, straight, kind of banked areas. The bike is just really, really fast here. But it's very easy to hit them with a coin because it's quite straight. So if FJKB, oh, he's taken over. He needs to collect a lot of coins, and then once Raphael Pack overtakes him, just hit him with coins. That's his best strategy, I think. Good Core coming in a solid, consistent 4th. Rems Jack a consistent 3rd. Yeah, I do like this track as well. I think this is maybe my favourite track because it literally took me a long time to make it. Because it might not be obvious, but if you look at the track, it goes upside down. And it goes all sorts of ways. So that's the gravity, because there's no gravity in space, so the gravity is on the track. So you're actually going upside down, and if you can kind of see at the top, half of the track is kind of upside down, but when you're actually there, you feel like you're the right way up. So that was a kind of fun feature to program. Okay, so Raphael Pack is he's first, and not long to finish. I think he's about halfway there. So FJKB, he's not right behind him. So He needs to get a lightning power up to make him small. But the bike is actually not quite good on this part because it doesn't turn too well, so he can fall off quite easily here. Oh, but he's managed to keep it under control. Okay, but I think FDKB is getting a bit of speed on the corners. Obviously the kart is a bit better at turning than the bike. And he zapped him. FDKB zapped him with a bolt. And he's taking a shortcut. So can he hit him with the coin? And oh, he's overtaken for the lead. Okay, if he can just maintain here and get a few coins and just hit Raphael Pack, if he overtakes him, I think he could get this, he could win this. Oh, this is all still to play for. It could be a tight one. Definitely be a tight one. But the bike is quite fast here. You could easily build up some speed and hit him with some coins. Raphael Pack is trying to just machine gun him with coins, but no, I think the the gap is too strong. The gap is too wide. I think FTP is coming to the finish line. If he suppose get hit by coin, and I think he's gonna. There we go, first. So I think he's probably overall he's won now. But that was a very good game by Raphael Pack. I just think the bike, it slows you down on the turns. I think we saw that on the last few turns. FDKB could kind of overtake, and he also took a sneaky shortcut. So, a good game. That was a very good game by those two guys. Okay, let's wait for the other guys to finish. A valiant effort. Okay, good call. Almost fall off, but you know he's trying. This game is quite tricky, to be honest. But at least he's getting some good practice, and hopefully he'll be able to collect some coins and withdraw. Rems Jack is just going to come into the finish line soon. So it's actually quite nice. We're actually getting a consistent repeat players actually. So a lot of these players have played before, so it's quite nice. These are becoming the first esport players. So hopefully as MintGox grows, we'd love to give large prizes out. I don't see any reason why in the future we can't get a Bitcoin whale or a large exchange donating something like $10,000, maybe even more, $100,000. Heck, let's say $1 million in Bitcoin, and then you could actually have Bitcoin esports players becoming millionaires. I mean, even if you're just a Bitcoin whale and you just love to see that headline in the news, you know, MintGox Bitcoin esports event makes esports Bitcoin millionaire. I think that would do a lot good for the Bitcoin ecosystem, and definitely a lot of people, a lot of gaming studios would get on board. Anyway, I ramble too much. Okay, let's see the final scores. So yeah, oh, hey, wait a minute. They're tied for first place. Okay, so I guess the points worked out that they both finished first and second enough that they both got the same number of points. Anyway, okay, so they've actually tied for first place, but I think they actually had a good effort. I think Raphael Pack getting first in the third one probably helped him. Remshak third and Goodcore fourth. So FDKB and Raphael Pack have both won tickets. They both won MCC tickets. And on the next scene, the players, you should be able to withdraw your sats now. And congratulations on winning those tickets. So I would say, it says first and second, but I would say the joint first. There. Anyway, you guys, and well done to Remshak for coming third and Goodcore. Good effort. Better luck next time. And Andre Neves network, it happens. Maybe see you next event. Anyway, so I will be in touch with you guys in a second to get your contact information so we can pass it on to the Magical Crypto Conference gang and let you know your and so they can give you your tickets. Yeah, so to confirm, the Magical Crypto Conference, it starts in 16 hours. Make sure to buy your tickets here. You don't need a VR headset to enjoy it. And I'm going to be speaking on a panel there about Lightning and gaming, along with Carlos from Lightning Labs, and I believe Lee from Infinite Fleet, which is a game that's, I think it's implementing liquid gaming tokens, I think. So anyway, go to the talk and you'll hear more about it. And just to confirm, MintGox, if I can, yeah. MintGox, follow us on Twitter, MintGox. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, and we'll be tweeting about the next MintGox, which is going to be the biggest yet, on October the 25th. You'll be able to experience it in VR or just in the browser. You don't need the VR headset. It's actually better without the VR headset, because with the VR headset you can't actually play the games. You have to kind of take it off to play the games, but you can experience it in the browser, and hopefully we'll have about at least 5 million sats to give away, all supplied by our sponsors Bitrefill, Fulgur Ventures and Zebedee. Yeah, so I'm Christian Moss, known as Mandelduck, and thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.